One team, one podcast back. Your boy Matty here. Ole Miss week. We'll get into it. Apologize for last week. Missed last week. Had a surprise trip planned for me, and I didn't know it. Hence the surprise. So actually went out of town last week. Had it all scheduled to go and everything for Arkansas week. Missed it, but we can talk about that game a little bit. But we'll get mostly into Ole Miss this week. Had a good couple of weeks. Saw Guns N' Roses last week, right up my alley. Had a lot of fun with that. Went to the beach. Enjoyed the Arkansas game, although defensively was a little disappointing. But we can talk about it. I'm not quite given up on this defense yet, so I know a lot of other people have, but I'll get into it. Big shout out to our sponsors, Patrick Michelson over at Highlands Residential Mortgage. They switched brokerages over there, but you can call Patrick directly. 225-939-9878, Highlands Residential Mortgage. Patrick will take care of everything that you need. Call him. He can get you set up. Get you to the website page to where you can fill out all your information. He can guide you into the right products. Patrick does a great job, and right now you need somebody to kind of guide you through. Make sure you get the best interest rate possible because they're crazy high. But give Patrick a call, 225-939-9878. Also, Lucas Ragusa over at River Cities Total Maintenance, NOLA-AC.com. Give Lucas a call for your AC needs. We're actually about to, in probably about 2 weeks, we're going to have a cold front coming through from what I'm hearing, and it could even get down to like the 40s. I would get your heaters checked now and call Lucas. He can get all that set up for you. They do AC heaters. They do electrical, refrigeration, all those things on the North Shore and New Orleans area. Give them a call, 504-841-3300. And Bocock Brothers Cigars. I'm going to have one in just a few minutes, actually. I'm going to go outside and sit out there and smoke one. You see Dylan Cruz smoking the championship cigar. Go check them out, bocockbrothers.com. Great guys, LSU grads, doing some good things in Houston in the cigar industry. All right, so with that, let's talk a little bit about the Arkansas game. I know I hadn't done a recap of that game, but I kind of talked about this before the season started. The way I felt like the season was going to line up for us, and obviously it's taken some turns already with the Florida State debacle and all that. But offensively, I knew that we were that good and that we were going to be able to outscore teams this year, and there were going to be some games where we were going to have to keep scoring. In this case, we had to hold on to the ball to the very end and score last second. I knew our offense was going to be at that level. And so far, I'm not seeing nothing's changed from that. I think we can pretty much score 30 points on almost every team we play. The Florida State game is going to look like a little bit of an anomaly, even though I still go back to the first half of the Florida State game where we dominated the first half. We had 291 yards total in the first half at halftime. Should have had 34 points at halftime, or 24 points at halftime at least. So, I mean, offensively, we were humming even in the first half of that game. Second half was a shit show all the way around. So, that second half, or about a quarter and a half of Florida State's kind of like throwing everything off. But then some things popped up in this Arkansas game. You saw we're not able to finish KJ Jefferson, get him on the ground. We got some pressure. He would get out of the pocket. And I said this on Twitter the other day. If, we have to have pressure, number one. But if you can't finish and get the quarterback on the ground and you decide to play a soft zone in the back, and these guys just don't look comfortable playing zone at all in the first place, but I guess they have to because they're poor man-to-man, you're screwed. And you saw it. Zay Alexander, like, what was that? Like, hold, with your guy, and then all of a sudden you just let him run by you? Like, you just forget about him? Like, what? Like, so there's a couple of things that happened in that game that were like, one guy's messing up here. And if that one guy gets straightened up, you could be looking at a different game here. A couple of plays that were just breakdowns. But am I confident that they can get shored up? I don't really know. I am confident in our offense though. And I think that's the recipe for winning a lot of games this year is you got to score points. And this is going to be a game this weekend with Ole Miss that I feel like it can be the same thing, where you may have to score. I'll give my score in a little bit, but you may have to score 30 to 40 points. I saw Ole Miss play against Alabama, and Alabama locked them up. And something's different about this Ole Miss team this year. It doesn't look like it did last year. And I know we locked them up a little bit last year, but this is a different defense for us too. But um, something's off with like they can't run the ball. They're getting like beat at the line of scrimmage. Tulane was wrecking them at the in the trenches, and that's just strange. So something's off with Ole Miss. I still think that they're going to come out ready to go against us at home at night or 5 o'clock start. So I think they'll be. I was been messing with Ole Miss fans all week about they keep calling it Vaught Energy. That Vaught Energy, like get out of here, bro. It's Ole Miss. Been to Vaught Hemingway Stadium. I don't know how many times. That Vaught Energy. Get out of here. Stupid people, bro. Stupid. We're not intimidated by Ole Miss going to Ole Miss's stadium. We're not. Sorry. The Grove is a piece of shit. Nice people, actually. Nice people, but that's not real tailgating, guys. Sorry. It's just not. It's cold Chick-fil-A. Maybe some little weenies on a sterno. Maybe. Mostly just like some little sandwiches. You can get some good cocktails though. I will say that. You can get some good cocktails. But and there's good attractions to look at. So anyway, LSU I know will be there in full force. This is a trip that I think fans will be able to make pretty easily. A little bit of a Starkville. I don't think the attendance was great for LSU fans, but it's Starkville, and I think going to Oxford's a little different. There's a lot of things to do there. There's a good little nightlife crowd. I think students will go. Now, students better beware. You're not going to be able to get into the, I guess it's called the library. You're not going to be able to get in there without paying probably like a $200 cover. They raise the cover charges for LSU fans specifically. And you kind of got to get sneaked in somehow. So buyer beware whenever you go to Oxford, the booming metropolis of Oxford. So let's talk about the Ole Miss game a little bit. Like I said, I feel like Ole Miss is off a little bit. It's hard to kind of think about a score for this game. I came up with one, but it's based on I think that Lane Kiffin will have a game plan to attack our defense and score some points, and they may even get up a little early. But at the end of the day, I see our offense just continuing to do what it's been doing. They really haven't slowed down at all this year. They can move the ball on anybody. And you're going to need another good game from Jaden Daniels. And he's on fire right now. I had some people that I was jawing during the Arkansas game. And I guess it was the beginning of the game where he didn't look great, and then he settled down, and then he played fantastic for the rest of the game. But during that little stretch, all of a sudden, everybody comes out of the woodwork, and they want to start complaining about Jaden Daniels again. And in this case, somebody compared him to Jordan Jefferson, the ex-LSU quarterback Jordan Jefferson, not the defensive tackle Jordan Jefferson, who's playing great, by the way. But I told this guy, look, me and you remember Jordan Jefferson completely differently, apparently. If you're comparing Jaden Daniels to Jordan Jefferson, you're blind, or you just don't remember. Like, the guy's playing fantastic. Yes, there are mistakes that he's making. He's underthrowing a couple of deep balls, but like, let's not act like he's just skipping the ball around. Like, give me a break. This guy's like playing really well. He can play better. That's fine to say, but right now he is the best quarterback in the SEC, and some fans just choose to shit on him. And I think I called it being Burrow skewed. You're completely Burrow skewed. You remember Burrow in 2019. You don't remember Burrow in 2018. That's for damn sure. But you remember Burrow in 2019 and is completely fucked with your head as an LSU fan. Completely. You don't remember all of the mediocre quarterback play because obviously you're comparing Jaden Daniels to Jordan Jefferson right now. Probably don't remember Anthony Jennings. You don't remember Brandon Harris. You don't remember any of these guys. And all you remember is 2019 Joe Burrow, and you're expecting everybody to play at that level. You better not have that same energy going into next year when Garrett Nussmeier takes over, because if you're considering Garrett Nussmeier to be the savior and be the next Joe Burrow, you're putting way too much expectations on this kid too. So, but anyway, I digress. Jaden Daniels played fantastic in the majority of that game, and looked great. Our wide receivers cannot be stopped. Get a one-on-one with any of those guys, and you're going to score a touchdown. And if you don't score a touchdown on that one, keep taking your shots like they did against Arkansas. Keep taking your shots, even though you may have had a couple where you missed them just a little bit. Keep taking those shots because eventually you're going to hit them. It's a high percentage play. Um, I don't see how Ole Miss can stay with our wide receiver group. And if we're able to run the ball with Logan Diggs, one of my main complaints from that Arkansas game is that we went away from Logan Diggs for a little while. We tried to be cute. We were putting in, I don't mind putting in Josh Williams, but putting in John Emery right now is a mistake. It's an absolute mistake. There's two guys on this team that are getting way too much playing time right now, and it's John Emery and it's Mason Smith. Too much playing time. John Emery is not ready to play. He doesn't have the burst that those other guys do. Logan Diggs looks fantastic. It looks like, why would you take this guy out? I understand spelling him a little bit, but why would you take him out and put in a guy that has zero burst? Like, if you're going to take him out, put in Caleb Jackson, who's going to look like he's fresh and like, shot out of a cannon. But you take him out and you put in John Emery and you force the ball to him. What is that? Is this like an agreement that you guys had before the season? It's so obvious that he doesn't look ready to play. Look, I love the kid. I think he's battled through a lot of adversity, and there's more to that 2020 season that you don't even realize. But like, he's battled through that, and he's still on this team, and he's still trying to be a part of things. But you don't have to force it to him. Let it come to him, man. But like right now, you got the hot hand. Logan Diggs is it. It's Logan Diggs. It's Caleb Jackson. It's Josh Williams. Don't overcomplicate this. Just don't. Miles Frazier looked good in the trenches a little bit too. So I like, you moved in Hurd there for a little bit. It might have got his attention, Miles Frazier, actually. So he looked good the other night. I thought our offensive line played really well. But able to run the ball, you're going to be able to open up that pass even more. It's going to make Jaden Daniels' job even easier, and he's just cutting people up right now. But on the other side of the ball, we talked about Mason Smith. Obviously, Jordan Jefferson had a great game, the other Jordan Jefferson. And I think it looks more like Wingo and Jefferson should be your two defensive tackles right now. I don't know if Mason Smith is healthy. I don't know what's going on with him, but he got mauled. He was double teamed a lot of the night, and I'll give him that. But if you think that he was getting off of blocks, no, he was not. Mauled. And Arkansas has a really good offensive line, so I'm going to give him a little bit of that too. But I think we all can be in agreement that we expected a little bit more out of Mason Smith. Hopefully it comes, but right now, again, just like Logan Diggs, play your fucking hot hand, put Jordan Jefferson in the game. He needs the majority of the snaps. He doesn't need to be coming off the bench. Mason Smith, love you. Been through a lot also, but right now you're not the guy, and you need to be sat down. You're still going to be in a rotation, obviously, and all that's going to happen. But man, I was shocked to see that. Shocked. Um, I thought Whit Weeks looks fantastic. Harold Perkins is still coming around to me. I think their problem was KJ Jefferson more than anything. Getting pressure on him, you're still getting pressure on him. Look at guys like Deshaun Womack. Sorry, Deshaun Womack coming off the edge. I know that was only like one play. I think he was only in for like a couple plays, but you can see the talent that he has and trying to find ways to get pressure and get to the quarterback. I like that attitude out of Matt House and that style. And I think that needs to continue. And I think you saw it play really well last year against Ole Miss. He needs to continue. So I still think there's so much room for improvement out of the defense, but it's completely possible. There was a couple of mistakes here and there, but for the most part, you were getting pressure on the quarterback. You were keeping guys in check, and then you'd blow something that was just brain farts, man. I hate zone defense. Hate it. Always have, especially in college. Pros, to me, they play it pretty well. College, to me, sometimes most of the time they have no fucking clue how to play zone. I like, if anything, you're going to have your two corners playing man to man, and everybody else can play some sort of style of zone if it's cover two or whatever it is. But like, I hate everybody just dropping back and everything's just right in front of them, and then somebody just gets lost. And a lot of times they're standing around looking like they're covering a zone, and like they don't even know what they're doing. Like, there's nobody even over there. You're just wasting space. Anyway, that's just the style thing. And I think honestly, they've realized that their corners aren't great. And it would be better if they back off, um, let things kind of go in front of them, but meanwhile get pressure. Um, One of the things I want to see a little bit more, and I think you saw it one time with Whit Weeks, is pressure up the middle, like some sort of delayed blitz or some sort of stunt with Harold Perkins coming up the middle. I feel like getting in guys' faces, the quarterback's face, is a little bit more important right now than coming off the edge and maybe the guy bootlegging out or whatever it is away from you. So I've seen that happen so many times. Or you get to the edge and the tackles kick you out, and then the quarterback's able to get around. Something up the middle to me takes away all of that and creates like this, I guess, a really tough angle for the quarterback. And you got somebody in your face, it's a lot harder to like get a ball off or whatever it is. I feel like we need to change that up a little bit and kind of get in their face. If we're not going to get the quarterback on the ground, it needs to be affected some sort of way. I'm still waiting to see a little bit more of that, and I saw Whit Weeks do it one time this weekend, so I want to happy about. I don't think I saw anything Whit Weeks did that I would be unhappy about, but as a freshman too, man, that's crazy. Anyway, Ole Miss, like I said, I think they can come out a little bit quicker this game, have a little bit of that Vaught energy, and be able to put up some points. I don't put anything past Lane Kiffin on game planning against a defense like ours and being able to score points and move the ball up and down the field. But at the end of the day, our offense is too good. So I'm going to give you my score. It is LSU 34, Ole Miss 27. And I kind of went back and forth on this. Actually, at first I had 31 to 24. There's something about Ole Miss that's strange this year, and I can easily see us like taking it to them, kind of like how Alabama did, actually. Alabama's defense is just so much better than ours. But I could see us being able to shut them down because they're not able to run the ball. And if that's the case, then everything can kind of change. And actually, this could be a 2-score game easy for LSU. But it's hard to pick them. It's really strange to think about. But them being at home, a pseudo night game, coming off of a loss, I can see them guns a blazing and really trying to I guess score a little bit more than normal. I mean, I just maybe up ahead, like maybe a 7-0, 10-3 start kind of thing, and then eventually we start rolling and the momentum kind of takes over. I could see that easily happening against Ole Miss. So 34-27 is going to be my score. LSU over Ole Miss, and yeah, that's it. So short episode today. Just wanted to get one through this week. We'll be back at it next week for the Missouri game. My birthday's coming up in a couple of days too. So if y'all want to send me anything, whatever. But give me your scores, give me your thoughts on the game in the YouTube chat, but also on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook. You can find us there. And want to give another shout out to Patrick Michelson over at Highlands Residential Mortgage. Patrick's doing a fantastic job over there. He's in Baton Rouge, 225-939-9878. Let him help you with all your mortgage needs. Also, Lucas Ragusa over at River Cities Total Maintenance, 504-841, 3300, NOLA-AC.com. And Bocock Brothers Cigars. Like I said, I'm going to have one in just a few minutes. Hashtag be cocky. Go to bocockbrothers.com. All right. Wrapping it up. 34-27 LSU over Ole Miss. Gave you my thoughts. And looking to I'm going to the Tulane UAB game tomorrow morning at 11 o'clock. Come home, watch the game. And going to be a lot of fun Saturday. So you guys enjoy your weekend, and we will talk to you guys soon. It's been One Team, One Podcast. Logan out.